Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Simone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe down below. It's free and it helps me out a whole lot. So today's video is going to be a Final Cut Pro tutorial. It was highly requested on my Instagram to do one of these videos. So I'm just basically going to be showing you guys how I use this software and edit my videos. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm on my main screen of my computer. I'm going to open Final Cut Pro. I was just working on a video. When I go to start a new video after opening Final Cut Pro, I'm just going to go up to File and go to New and Project, and I'm just going to name this Final Cut Pro Tutorial. And then you can hit OK, and now you have a new screen to start with. So I just have a little clip that I'm going to be using, and you can either go to File and Import and then go to media to get what you need, and I do this sometimes, or you can just simply go to your finder, because I have mine up and ready to go. In my downloads, I'm just going to click the video I need and drag it right into Final Cut. Really simple, really easy. So let me see. So the first thing I do with my videos, I'm going to turn the volume down first, and to do that I just go here and click it down, and that way that gets rid of all the volume, or you can bring it all the way up if you want it to be louder, but we'll get into that. So first thing I do is drop my volume just so I can do what I gotta do, and also so you guys don't hear everything while I'm like scrolling back and forth. So the first thing I want to do is crop my video and get rid of like these little extra sides. You see, you can like see into my bedroom, and I don't like that you can see like the crease in the walls. So to crop that, I'm going to go right over here to this crop button and click it, making sure I'm highlighting over the video that I want. Since I only have one clip, I don't have to really highlight anything because this is the only thing that's there. So I'm going to use trim, and I'm just going to trim in. Okay, I'm just going to trim in the corners on both sides, just like that. Yeah, that's good. And then I want to go to crop, because if you just leave it on trim, it'll leave these sides black on your video, and you don't want that. So you go to crop, and it'll crop it exactly to where you trim, and then I can hit done, and now my video is cropped and moved up how I want it. See, so now you don't see any of that. Next thing that I'm gonna do, I like to just plug in everything I need. So this is basically what I would do for a YouTube video. So I'm gonna go up here to my photos and audio sidebar. This is where you have your photos, GarageBand if you use it, any music, and this is also where your sound effects are stored. I don't use sound effects often, but if you need to, they're right here, and there's like so many of them. I don't even know how many, but you can scroll through and find virtually any sound that you need. So first I'm going to go to my photos, and this is directly connected to my actual photos on my laptop. And this is where I keep my intro and my outro. So I'm going to, this is my intro, so I'm just going to select it and drag it right into the thing. And then this is my outro, so I'm going to also click that and drag it in. So now I have my intro and my outro in, but I need my transition. So to do that, I go over to the bottom right corner and select the effects preset, and this is where all of your effects are. I just use all. I just scroll through because it's easier for me. And so what I use for my intro is duplicate, so I'm just gonna click it and drag it over to where I need. And sometimes it says that there's not enough space. I just create the transition anyway, and that should work. So then you just see my intro and the transition. Alright, and then for my outro, I use the static, I believe. Yep. So do the same thing, click and drag it into place. So that's that. This is where all your effects are, and then these are like your audio and like visual effects. So this is where you can like blur your screen or like change like the look of it, if you want it to be like texturized or have a certain look. This is where you do all of that fun stuff. Again, I don't really use these things. The most I probably use on this one is the blur. And if you can't find what you're looking for, but you like know the name of it, you can always just type it in like that and find what you need. Oh my, that was super blurry. I'm gonna use this clip again, and let's say I wanted to blur the sides of it. I'm gonna go down to my blur effects and find, you know, whichever one I want. Let's do focus. So you literally grab it and you drop it on top of the section that you want. Now I'm gonna click over that section so it knows that that's what I'm working on, and you can change the amount of it, you can change the softness, the width, and the height. So you can make it wider or shorter, taller. So you can just play around with those effects and stuff. And like, obviously I wouldn't ever have it like blurred out this much, but you can do that. The effects, you can't like delete them. Like once you put it on your video, you can't like take it off. But if you don't want that effect anymore, you literally just uncheck it and it'll go away, and that's it. So that's pretty simple and straightforward. Anyway, so that's that. Another thing I didn't show you guys, so I work using my finger pad a lot, but you can change like the size of your clips and how you see it. If you just like spread your fingers open and close, you can make it wider or smaller. This just helps you see the clips better. So you can go to this button over here and see how I have it all the way to the minus side, so you can just drag it to the plus side or however far you need it. Sometimes I usually keep it in like the middle, but if I have longer clips to work with, I'll make it on the larger side. And you can also edit your display clips. This just shows like your audio versus the actual video clip. And just to turn my audio back up so you guys can see like the difference that it's showing you between the two. So this way it's like just audio, a little bit of clip, you know, so on and so forth, and you can change all that stuff. But I usually leave mine right on here so I can see my audio and my visuals pretty clearly. I'm gonna turn this down again. Now going into my video, I'm gonna spread this open a little bit more, and I'm just gonna go and start making my cuts. And by the way, I apologize if you hear my laptop running in the back. It gets stressed out really easily, so yeah, if you can hear that, I apologize. All right, so now to do my cuts, again, like I said, I use my finger pad a lot, and I use a lot of shortcuts. So to trim, you can either go up here and physically select trim, or the blade. I use blade a lot. That just literally cuts it wherever you want, and you can either go and select blade and like click through the clips and cut it wherever you want, or you can use Command B, which is the shortcut, and then to undo things, the shortcut is Command Z. So I'm gonna use Command Z to undo all of that, and it shows you literally all of the shortcuts. If you go up to edit, like this shows you actually edit and trim, and it'll show you like all your little shortcuts. Command Z to undo and redo, Command V, same things like Command C, Command V, Command D to duplicate. So you'll know all your shortcuts. They tell you right on the side over here. So I use them often. It just makes editing so much faster and so much easier. So now I'm gonna go back to the select button, and let's just see. I just kind of scroll through my video, see what I want to cut. So let's just say, so I'm gonna make a cut right here, Command B, and I'll start the video back up when I'm taking out something else. So right here, and I'll do Command B, and then I literally just click on the video and press delete on my computer, and it's gone. So let's just say now I have my audio up. I'm not even talking, so I'm gonna go to a point that I'm talking. for the audio, I'm gonna cut this audio down because I'm not saying anything, so you don't need to hear like any of that background noise or anything. But let's just see, I'm over here, so I'm talking in this part of the video, so I can highlight this if I wanted to turn it up. See, my audio is already turned up all the way, but if I wanted it to be a little less loud, you can turn it up and down over here. Also, you have your audio enhancement settings, so you can equalize that part or portion of the video. You can increase or decrease the loudness. If, let's say, you were like really far away from the mic or something and you want to be heard more, you can click this loudness button and increase how loud you are. Of course, you don't want it to be too loud. Like right now, this is way too loud because you see that yellow and that red, which just means that the audio is really, really high. So you don't want it to be too high, just like moderate. So that's how you can change up your audio. I don't really need to equalize, so that's how you change up the audio. And I'm gonna drop it back down. So for my music, if you guys don't know, my fiance Hakeem writes and produces all of my background music. So he just sends me the audio files and it saves into my music library. So then I just have them all right here. So this is all the audio I use for all my videos, and I can just select what I want, so I can use that. And you can either highlight to where you want, or you can like just select the whole clip and drop it in, and I literally just click and drag it in. And the same thing you do with your voice audio, you can do with the music audio. You can raise and decrease the volume, loudness, all of that. I usually decrease my volume. You can highlight over it, and you want to look for these two arrows that are like pointing away from each other, and this is how you fade your audio. So you just click it and you can drag, and that's how you get the fade out. So again, you click it and you just drag, and you can like fade for however long you want. So just so you guys can hear it. So then it'll like fade out on its own, and that just makes a little more seamless transition for your music and stuff. So that's how you fade. Back over here, if you guys don't know, this is like basically your smart library. This is what holds all of your Final Cut Pro projects and any clips that you've added in like manually to Final Cut Pro. So they'll all be right here, and you can literally scroll through all your clips. And up here, this is all of your projects. So these are the projects that I've been working on and I have saved. So the one thing I wanted to show you guys here, I do use plugins for my Final Cut Pro. I haven't figured out how to make this specific plugin custom to me, but I have my Instagram handles, so I'm actually going to click into this video. It's literally just to store my handles because I can't figure out how to customize them themselves, and I'll show you in a sec. But these go in front of my beginning of my videos, so you see I have my Instagram and my YouTube and telling you guys to subscribe. So I just highlight that, and I'm going to use Command C, and then I'm going to go back into the video I'm working on right now, and I can Command V and put them right in. So now you have those added to my video. But those plugins are stored with the text and titles, and it's under Stupid Thirds. Yeah, so I can't remember where I got this plugin from, but I will link it definitely in the description for you guys. I do get it from a website, and you can download them. You just got to play around. Some are free, some you have to pay for. It just depends on what you want, but it really just helps to customize and add different effects and stuff to your videos. You can customize it. I have it for Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, all that. So, and this is the guy that created this specific plugin, so that's why his name is like just the set thing, but you can edit it. I'll show you. Like, you can just click and drag it in, make it shorter, whatever you want. And then I double click. Oh, and also on the side, you can, if you wanted to, you go to this little text box up here, and it shows you literally like all the characteristics of the plugin and stuff. But if you wanted to like edit it even further, you can change up the colors and all that stuff. I'm not gonna mess with it because I just want it as is, but you can definitely play around with all this stuff. and go and do whatever you want. So it's very customizable, which is what I really love about Final Cut Pro. Like, you can literally make it whatever you want. So this little side panel is where you can customize all that stuff. This is where I would change my name right here and put Simone Danielle, and you can change up the font. Let's just say I wanted it to that. You can increase the size, you can move it around, all that fun stuff. And then when you're done, you can, I'm gonna double click it, and then this little piece just helps you to move it where you want, and I always drag it in the corner, so then it just plays out by itself. So that's that. But yeah, this is where all the titles and stuff are. Sometimes I use 3D titles, but most of the time I just use like the basic title. So, but they have so many options for you on Final Cut Pro. Like, you can literally use whatever you want. And this same thing is pretty easy. Let's just throw in a 3D title, why not? So you put it in, and same thing, you can change it to whatever you want. Wow, I can't spell. And for the 3D titles, you can go all the way down, and you can change the face or like the material that's shown to all these different fun things. It's really cool. Or if you like it the way it is, you can just change the color of what you want. And then another thing I like to add is sometimes a glow. It's usually yellow, but you can make it any color you want, of course. And if you can see it a little bit, just adds a little highlight to your text, and you can like increase the radius or the blur, you know, just play around with it all you want. See it like makes it a little more prominent. And then sometimes I'll add a drop shadow, and it's literally just a shadow behind your text, and you can change the distance of it, blur it out if you want. It's so much that you can change and customize. So this section is like, you can distort it, move its location and all that stuff. But if it's like a basic text or title, and plop that in, and you can take that bad boy and move it wherever you want again. And then for just regular text, you can go ahead down, change the color, add your outline or blur, whatever. So you can add all of that stuff here. Everything's completely customizable, and yeah, it's just super fun. So you can just add things like that and just make it whatever you want, like whatever you envision your words and text to look like, you can make it happen. So yeah, these are just all the different titles and stuff. And then when you go down to generators, these are like your backgrounds. So if you just needed like a blank background, or some of them actually move, like this blobs one, it moves. And I believe you can actually change the colors. Yeah, so like I would do this maybe if I wanted to like make a new intro or something. Like, people can definitely make intros and stuff using Final Cut Pro. They got green screens and just all this stuff. So there's so many things that you can work with, but again, I don't really use those too often, so I'm gonna delete this real quick. And if you've never seen like somebody when they like zoom in to a part of a video, I'm gonna go over here. I'm just gonna crop a little section for you using Command B. I'm not gonna delete it or anything, so I'm gonna highlight it and click our crop button again. But then this time I'm gonna go to crop, and you have to make sure it's always highlighted, or else it won't like show you that actual section that you're working with. So I'm clicked over it, and I'm gonna go to Ken's Burns, and this is just how you get like that slow zoom in effect on your videos. So you can just move it around like wherever you want. I'm just gonna, oops, wrong thing. I'm just gonna crop it in a little bit, make this one a smaller, and then you just hit done, and now you've got that little Ken's Burns effect coming up. This thing is so slow. I think it's going. Yeah, it was actually really slow. I don't know if you guys saw that. I hope you did. So yeah, if you wanted to add Ken's Burns, that's how you do that. You can see it better when I do it like this. Maybe because it was a long clip. It's not even that long. Another plugin that I use is MV Vertical. If I have a video that I recorded vertically, I think I do have one I can show you guys real quick. So I did this skincare video. I'm gonna just use this one little clip and drag it in real quick just so you guys can see the MV Vertical. I will have them linked below, the ones that I use. Oh, so it's up here. I'm just gonna drag it over top of the video I'm using, and it just gives you those blurred sides, so it's not just a blank video like this and you have the black. So this just covers up that black part and makes it like just one big video. So I really like that. That's good for, again, vertical videos. Maybe if you're using like IGTV, or you just want it on your page and you want to fill the screen, this is a great way to do that. So I use that one pretty often. Also, my videos are in 4K, so I do have this option of using 4K only transitions and titles, and I should have that option up. Yep. And I also have that option for my transitions and stuff, but that's not really necessary to use just 4K, but again, you do have that option. Final Cut Pro is basically like a more advanced iMovie. If you guys use iMovie, you can definitely learn Final Cut Pro. It just takes more time and more practice because there's so much more that you can do with the software. This section I don't use a lot, but you can like change the color and the saturation, highlights, and shadows of your video and stuff. You can play around with that in this section. Again, I don't really use it because I already have like my lighting and stuff, so my video is kind of as is. And then this little section is like your information section for your video, and gives you like all your details, when it starts, when it ends, or sometimes it'll just tell you like the duration of that clip. But if you want to highlight your whole video, it'll give you those details and tell you like where it's stored and stuff, if you ever like wanted to find those things and needed it. So I also do voiceovers for my video. I'm doing a voiceover right now, but it's just actually from my computer. But if you wanted to do a voiceover on Final Cut Pro, you go to Window and then go down to Record Voiceover, and it'll pop up in this little window right here. It's not going to work because I'm doing a voiceover right now, but you can change your input, where it's coming from. I use a actual microphone, so it would pop up here and say I can use that. You can change your gain and stuff. All that stuff you can change when it's actually in there. I always have a countdown before I record, and it'll mute. You can mute your project while you're recording, so you're not hearing other sounds or stuff, or if you're talking on top of it. So that is how you record a voiceover. And all these things I don't really use. The only things I use up here are the file to import files, or if I want to look at something in Finder, start a new project, and the edit section if I just need to remember a shortcut or something. But yeah, I mean, Final Cut Pro, like I said, is just a very customizable software. You can do a lot of it. There's a lot of things that I still don't even know or don't use, but this is like the basics of using it. If you want to watch your video on widescreen, you just click this button right here and it'll play it out for you on the big screen. My computer is lagging so bad. But yeah, that's that. Or you can just click this space bar to start and stop. So if I'm doing like a Instagram tutorial, or I want to do something fast, you can speed up the clip or slow it down or anything right here. So to speed it up, you can just go to fast 2 times. It'll speed up your video. You can slow it down. That made it super long. You can return it back to normal. You can also reverse clips if you click over it, and you can do reverse clip, and it'll make the video go like backwards from what it was. That's pretty cool. Again, I don't use these a whole lot, but you can rewind the clip, just change like all that kind of stuff. So this is where all of your like speed changes to your video are. This is another way you can like enhance your audio or color match and balance. If you have like 2 clips where like the lighting is off and stuff, you can change all that here. I think that's pretty much it. These things I don't use often. I always have them turned on, but this is like for you to like be able to scroll and scan over your video. See, I can't, that's this one. So this allows you to scroll and just like get a quick overview of your video. I actually forgot to show you guys one more thing, and that's how to add a picture or like 2 videos on your screen. So I'm just going to take this picture that I have up here real quick, and you can drag it right on top of wherever you want in the video, and this is how it will originally pop up. But if you want to move it and like edit it around and stuff, you go back to this crop button right here, and you can trim it up if you need to. I'm just going to leave it as is, but I'm going to click this down arrow and click transform, and this way you can make it bigger or smaller. And like, let's say I wanted to move it smaller and like put it up in this corner and stuff. This will work if you had like screenshots or like videos of like your page or something that you wanted to show off. You could do that, and that's pretty simple and easy. So that's for the pictures, and then you just hit done, and that's where it would be. So then let's say I had a video I want to work with. I can take this one, so I would click it, drag it in. I'm going to turn the volume down, and then same thing, I'm going to hit this crop button, make sure I'm selected over the video. So yeah, the other way that you can edit your video in the screen, like I said, you use the same distort button, and then you can go to crop and trim it up if you want to. Like, I can trim these sides if I want, and then I'll hit done. I'll go back to transform, and I can move it over like so, and then I can also do the same thing with my regular clip and just slide that over, play around and adjust things, make them bigger if you need to. So I can do that, and then so you guys can see the picture come in. Oh, well, I actually moved the whole clip, so whatever, you guys get the point. So then the videos can both be up on my screen like that. So that's just the way that you can import multiple videos and have them playing at the same time if you wanted to add things together like that. My last thing for upload, I just click this arrow and I can upload straight to YouTube because it's already connected. But here you can actually add your description, your title for the video. My creator name's already on there, and then any hashtags you want on the video, and it'll automatically add it to your YouTube settings for the video. And then here I go to settings, I make sure that my video is in 4K. For compression, I use better quality instead of faster encode. That just means that your video is going to be literally better quality instead of them just uploading it faster just to say it's uploaded. And I always upload my videos to private just so I can add my thumbnail and all my finishing touches, end screen, tags, all that stuff. I add my category and all of that, and then I can upload it straight to YouTube. So that's that. But yeah, guys, I wanted this to just kind of be like a short little, not really short, but like an overview of how to use Final Cut Pro, going through like the basics of finding everything and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more or you enjoyed these kind of videos, let me know in the comments below. Please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.